periodic table. So sodium is a symbol Na, not S. It has a charge of 1 plus because it is in the first column. Carbonate is a polyatomic ion. Hopefully you remember that it is CO3 with a 2 negative charge. Can I leave it written like that? No. What do I have to do? Crisscross. Yep. So I have Na2CO3. And it is a solution. So does that mean it's solid, liquid, gas, or aqueous? Aqueous, yep. So I'm going to put an AQ behind it. If it gives me the information, I write it down. That is going to react with calcium chloride solution. Calcium's on the periodic table. It's a Ca. And it's in the second column, so it has a 2 plus charge. Chlorine, Cl, is in the second to the last column, so it's a 1 negative. Crisscross those, I get CaCl2. Again, it's in solution, so it's aqueous. And it forms, so I do my little arrow here. Couple things that, before I go too far, that people forgot. If you are taking two things and putting them together, make sure you do the add sign. Don't just do one long list of elements. I have to say this compound's being added to this compound. Okay, double displacement reaction means that my metals are going to switch places. So even if it didn't tell me that it was forming sodium chloride solution and calcium carbonate precipitate, I'd be able to figure out most of that anyways. Because I would see sodium, Na is still a 1 plus, reacts with now the other one, Cl, 1 negative. Crisscross those, we get NaCl, bless you. And that is in solution, so it is aqueous again. And it is reacting with calcium, 2 plus, carbonate, CO3, 2 negative. Crisscross those, they cancel out, CaCO3. And that's a precipitate. What did we say a precipitate was? A solid, yep. S for solid. Yeah.
Why did you crisscross?
Why did the Na and the Ca switch places? They switch places because it told me that it's a double displacement reaction. So that's why they switch places. Yep. Yep, you can leave the nonmetals where they are and switch the metals, or leave the metals where they are and switch the nonmetals. Just switching partners. Okay, now we need to balance it, so we could set up our accounting, or I can just take a look at it here. I know that I need 2 sodiums and 2 chlorines, so I put a 2 coefficient there. I now have 2 sodiums and 2 chlorines. I had 1 calcium, I still have 1 calcium. I have 1 carbonate, I still have 1 carbonate. So balancing this out, the coefficient in front of sodium chloride is 2.
Wait, so there's on the left side is calcium at 2. Does it switch with that sodium?
We form the new compounds by looking at the charges. So since calcium, which always is a 2 plus, is now with carbonate, which is a 2 negative, and then crisscross, it's just CaCO3 because they cancel out. Good question. Any other questions before we move on? Okay. That's okay. Don't worry. Okay. Double displacement means that they switch partners. It's like saying, in general, AB plus CD forms AD plus CB.
What would a single displacement look like?
Sounds good. So single displacement would be like A plus BC, and then the metals would switch places, and we would get B on its own now plus AC.
Would you do it if they were like how you do with the 2 letters for double displacement? Would they be a single displacement if there's like 2 letters together? Like would it be double?
No. Good question. Because then